Hi guys, what's up? Welcome to my live. And today, no, I know you see me in my red. Valentine's Day everywhere, body's in red and whatever color, red and white. Whatever colors they are. Some don't wear any colors at all. Some don't believe, some do. Anyway, what I want to talk about is being lonely, experiencing loneliness. And more so that, at this time, while others, Valentine's call for people love. Well, most persons tend to be lovers, couples. Very few look to family, but it's mainly like couples in love. In love, we look at persons who some people are in other persons' relationship. So when it comes to Valentine going out, the party most times would want to take out the wife, or the way it goes. But loneliness do comes again when some person don't have anybody. And it becomes so obvious, so obvious at a time when lovers are out there celebrating and going out. Maybe you have co-workers who are buying new things to go on the date. Or you married couple going on date and they come back and, oh, my husband took me here, we had this. Or you may be looking at pictures, you know. No, it can breed, it can bring across a numb feeling because some people don't have anybody, they don't have any intimate relationship. They don't have any real good friend to say. Because if, on the other hand, if you go out with a good friend to just have dinner, it's not the type of relationship that uh, Valentine's would speak of. Valentine's to me speaks of more intimate. That's my thinking. More intimate relationship. And people go about, it's like that day is just fine and dandy and everything, the chair is pulled out and everything, you're so adorned, you're so reserved. Everything is done for you. So I'm looking at it to say that for somebody who doesn't have anybody, they live alone. They work, they have the job, they have the cars, they have the money. I may not have any money, but they live alone. They don't have any relationship. I'm looking at one aspect now. And what they would do, stay home and watch the television. Some don't worry at all. Some it doesn't bother them. But some, the thought do comes as to, I wish I had somebody here now that we could probably be home, have a drink. There are times when you don't necessarily have to go out. You can be at home. But most people take that time out to be away from the regular setting and go somewhere else, which makes it a little more interesting. You're being catered to. So you look at it now, you say, but I don't have anybody. And I can't just take myself and go. It doesn't look. Because if you take yourself and go, some people would go by themselves. And you look around at the place, everybody is coupled. And you're there without anybody, just yourself. No, that is going to create a little upstir to say. And somebody may very well come in and say, are you alone? Come and join us. But that's not what you want. You'd have want to have your person, be it male or female. So I think that sometimes loneliness can creep in. And loneliness can also creep in when you share a relationship like an extramarital and the husband doesn't take out the wife because they don't really have a relationship, but they share the same home, and he takes out his other person, or she does the same. Or on the other hand, the husband and the wife will go out, but the side person is at home by herself. Maybe he takes her out on another night or another day. Maybe she's in agreement with it. It doesn't bother her. It may bother her because, and sometimes even if he goes with her on a Valentine night, the wife at home can't feel good because she thinks it's her night, right? So there are more than one ways where loneliness can creep in. And sometimes if we're not careful, loneliness can bring on some amount of depression. And if it continues, it can cause you to seek medical attention. But I would say that when a person is lonely, how I would deal with loneliness, if I'm lonely, I would have to get busy. Being lonely doesn't mean that you're going to sit around and I'm lonely. No, you're by yourself, you're alone. You need to get busy. Maybe there are some chores in the house to be done. Maybe there's something in the house to do. And or go watch a movie. Or if you're that so badly lonely, call up a friend. Go somewhere. Don't stay by yourself. Because the more you stay by yourself, you're going to be pushed down and become unhappy. Right? So I believe if you have a car and you can get a friend and you can go somewhere and you both can, whether it be male or female, you decide. Just some good friends and have a good time. And some people stay home. They go on social media because social media now is so active. So active that when I look at it, there's hardly a room for you to be bored. Or let me say, to become lonely. Right? So you go onto social media, you may have an account, and you may just decide to do something on social media, which means that you didn't have to go out. So you didn't have to go call on anybody to, drive you or you go out. You can stay right there in your home and get your happiness. So what I'm thinking of, to rid yourselves of loneliness, you have to be creative again. You have to be creative. It doesn't make any sense. You're going to sit and you're going to mope. You will have to just pull yourself up and say, I can do something. Maybe you want to do some extracurricular activities. Maybe you could take on learning to play the keyboard, learn to do some baking. When you know when that feed's coming on, so you have some things there. Some people like to cook. They don't have to cook a big pot full, but try different menus. And maybe drinks, baking, and then have someone take it to work the next day or two and say, oh, I did this while I was at home. You don't have to say you were lonely. And can you taste it? I bring a piece for you, or, you can have if you think you're that lonely, you can have a little party. You don't have a crowd. It's a few persons, but you know what is going to bring on that kind of empty feeling. So maybe, but on a Valentine night or Valentine Day, you can't expect to call over persons to your house for a party because some of your friends may be going with their partners or with their husbands or wives. So you have to think how you're going to do that. But I would suggest when loneliness steps in, get busy. Get busy. And when I say get busy, get something to do. Maybe you have gardening that can be done. You may not have enough space to do the gardening. You may just have some potted plants, give some focus on them. There are so many things that we can do. But to sit and just be withdrawn is not the best. I believe what is better is to become busy. Busy. Do something. Some people study, take on courses, activate the brain. So you're not there sitting and thinking, oh, I should have gone here, I should have gone there, I can do this. But I have some things. I can go and bake a cake. Get busy. I may have some clothes to laundry, some clothes to fold and put away. Maybe I should have just go ahead and clean up the bathroom, rather than the kitchen cupboard. There are so many things, guys. Because sometimes when you're doing some chores, we try to do everything at the same time, we get so tired. So when you see yourself becoming lonely, get this in your brain. Be busy. Be busy. Get yourself busy. And once you're busy, you'll overcome it. But if you're going to sit and mope, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Moping doesn't help. Being busy helps. You may have some meats in the fridge that you bought, and you say, oh, I could go ahead and clean them up. Clean them up, season them up, pre-do them, put them in the fridge, in the freezer. You can do something. Or you can prepare the dinner for the next day. But the bottom line is get busy. Being busy is important. To me, it pushes away that lonesome feelings. And if you encourage lonesome feelings, it can lead you into a path where it's hard to recover. Hard. Become costly. You become so ill. But what you do, you continue on the journey of being busy. And if you have friends that you can call and talk on the phone, you talk. Get yourself busy. You need to catch up with some friends that you have not spoken to in a while. Call them up. Surprise them. But sitting there by yourself is not worth it. It's not worth it. So, guys, best remedy for loneliness is what? Getting busy. Being busy. Don't sit. No. Being busy is best. And tell me about it. Let me see it in your comments. What do you do when you feel that you're getting lonely? You feel cut off from everybody. Why is it that I'm lonely? What am I not doing right? So don't try to think too much. Get busy. Actions. Use up the hands. You may knit, you may do crochet, you may sew, you may bake, you may cook. There are so many, you may do a little gardening. And remember, you may not have the land space, but you may have a few pots. Whether it be flowers or anything else. Right? You may have that you can do. So remember, be busy at all times. Right? Auntie D says, busyness helps. It keeps you on your feet. It makes you feel so active and energized. So don't sit and cry. Be busy. Do whatever. And some people become a part of youth groups or any church groups for that matter, or community groups. Be involved. And when you're involved, you're going to become very busy. And busy creates more business. Catch you in my next video. Remember to like the video, comment, let me see what you're thinking, and subscribe if you have not subscribed as yet. And if you do, make sure your notification is on all. So when I put out a video, you'll be among the first to get it. See you in my next video. I'm out. Bye.